And new consumer price data for the month of July showing some relief from overall inflation. And after a disappointing jobs report, it's some welcome news as the Federal Reserve weighs its next move when it comes to interest rates. National correspondent Atra El-Nashar digs into those numbers.
Americans closely watching changing costs of household staples. July brought relief in some categories, in others, the opposite. Overall consumer prices rose 0.1% between June and July, according to the Labor Department's latest inflation data. Since July of last year, they're up 3.4%.
Annual inflation cooled slightly in July, but that really means little to consumers, right? The way I interact with inflation or the way you interact with inflation is mainly in the prices that we pay.
Here's where Americans are paying less than they did this time last year. Used car prices down about 2%. Bacon down 2.8%, smartphones down 11%, and eggs down almost 26%, a recovery from last year's avian flu. On the other hand, sticker shock showing up on beef products, up 9.4% from a year ago. Coffee up more than 10%, garden and lawn services up more than 12%, and airfare more than 25% more expensive than last year. The most unpredictable part of many family budgets right now is energy. Electricity bills are rising faster than the overall rate of inflation, up more than 4% from a year ago. And then, of course, there's volatile gas and diesel prices from the Iran war. Until this week, the national average gas price has never been higher than $4 per gallon after August 10th. Wednesday, it was $4.03.
As oil prices bounce up and down and all over the place, there's still some of those impacts that are going to bleed into our food prices and bleed into other things throughout the economy,
making it tougher for the Federal Reserve to reach its goal of bringing inflation down to 2%. The Fed voted to keep interest rates steady at their July meeting, but it wasn't unanimous.
If inflation continues to move sideways or even get worse from here, then I think we're going to have to start gradually adjusting interest rates.
From where I said, I just don't see it coming back on its own.
Better modest restriction now than severe restriction later.
Fed's next vote on interest rates is in mid-September. In Washington, I'm Atra El-Nashar reporting.